fight plays out the same way as it does in the show, with Darth Vader seemingly winning the duel, with Obi-Wan rises from the ashes like a phoenix to turn the tide in his favour. Darth Vader walks away from the supposedly dead Obi-Wan after he believes that he has crushed his old master under the barrage of rocks hurled at him, but just as he is halfway back to his ship, Vader senses something. He's alive. He senses Obi-Wan just in time as Obi-Wan was about to strike Vader. He turns around to block the swing from Obi-Wan. The fighting continues as Obi-Wan seems to have gained renewed strength as the battle slowly starts to turn in his favour. Vader's mechanical suit can't keep up with the quickness of Obi-Wan's moves. Obi-Wan force pushes Vader away from him and uses the force to pick up numerous surrounding rocks and hurls them at Vader, damaging his suit in the process. Obi-Wan begins to engage again with vigour. Darth Vader, now with a damaged suit, cannot continue to parry the incoming blows. Obi-Wan cuts slices through important parts of Vader's suit. Vader's breathing fragment and then chips off a substantial chunk of Vader's mask. Darth Vader, now clearly not able to fight no longer, wheezes on the floor and unable to stand. Obi-Wan, now seeing his old Padawan's face, softens and remembers the good times as friends before he turned. Obi-Wan says sorry for his part in his downfall and for what happened to him. Anakin replies that he isn't to blame for his fall. It was Darth Vader who is to blame, clearly showing Obi-Wan a bit of sympathy to relieve his regret and guilt. Obi-Wan notices his hint of kindness and decides to give it one last attempt to turn his friend back to the light. Anakin, let go of the hate. There's still time to make amends for your actions. Darth Vader is really struggling to breathe. It seems the pain is quelling his anger. How can I make amends? I've done so many bad things. It's too late for me. Obi-Wan, recognizing that he is now speaking to Anakin, states, there is always a choice, Anakin. You may have wronged so many, but you can try and make up for the atrocities. You have the rest of your life to do that. Realizing the wisdom to his wise old master's words made something click in his head, like a light bulb being turned on by a switch. Click, and he was turned back to the light side. Help me, Obi-Wan. Help me overcome my demons. I've caused enough pain to this galaxy, said the now critical Anakin. Kenobi helps the almost broken Vader to his ship and flies to Tatooine to Owen's farm. On the farm is Owen and Beru is looking for Luke. Luke is nowhere to be found and being pursued by Reva. Obi-Wan asks the disgusted Owen to take Vader inside to patch him up with a medical droid while he searches for Luke. Owen reluctantly agrees as he is desperate for Luke to be found. Just as Owen takes Vader inside, Reva appears carrying Luke in her arms. She couldn't kill him. She couldn't become the monster she was trying to hunt. Obi-Wan talks to Reva and tells her that she should let go of her anger and move on, and that she is in control of her destiny. Reva, trying to move on with her life and let go of the past, sets off to her ship, now feeling renewed, like a weight is lifted off her shoulders, sets off on an unknown path. Beru and Obi-Wan help the confused and dizzy boy Luke to his bed and tells him to rest. Anakin, now recovered slightly and fitted with a new breathing apparatus, is still being treated by the medical droid. Owen, Beru and Obi-Wan enter the room and question Anakin of his intentions going forward. Anakin, now following the light path, says, I want to right the wrongs and forever try to make up for my past mistakes. Obi-Wan and Owen have a discussion and decide that for the time being that they would not tell Anakin about his children, Luke and Leia, for the foreseeable future until he has proven himself to them that he is leaving Darth Vader behind. Kenobi takes Anakin to his ship after the medical droid finishes treating him to rest and so they can journey to a medical facility to get better treatment. While the ship is on autopilot, Obi-Wan speaks to Anakin and tells him that this won't be an easy ride and it will take time for people to come around and warm to him. Some people may never forgive him. Anakin accepts this and says he knows that it doesn't matter. All that matters is that he stays on the right path and lives the rest of his days trying to make the galaxy a better place. They reminisce of the good times of the past and reflect on the hard path before them. Anakin states that he will fall follow his lead as master and apprentice once more. After having a heart-to-heart, Obi-Wan and Anakin rest up while they're on course to the planet of Dantooine. Dantooine has a secret rebel base and Jedi temple. Obi-Wan knows this because of Bail Organa's conversations on the matter. Bail mentioned many times that people are starting a movement against the Empire and that they call themselves the Rebellion. The rebels chose Dantooine as the location as the Empire had not yet reached its grip on the planet yet. It was a desolate planet, so the Empire was in no rush to conquer it, which made it the perfect place to hide from the Empire. Obi-Wan had always dismissed Bail's pleas for him to go to the rebel base and join the fight, but in these circumstances, it was his best shot. After the ship came out of hyperspace, they travelled the short distance to the planet's spaceport. From the spaceport, Obi-Wan aided Anakin to a nearby medical bay. There Anakin rested in a Bacta tank until he was fully healed. Meanwhile, word of Vader being on the planet had reached the secret base. The rebels were currently discussing what to do with him. The Jedi of Dantooine were at this meeting too. The Jedi and rebels came to a decision that he was too dangerous to be left alive. Meanwhile, Anakin had recovered fully from his injuries and was out of the Bacta tank, now wearing his fixed breathing mask. Obi-Wan enters the room. "Anakin, I sense that something is not right." Anakin replies, "Obi-Wan, I sense it too. We need to go, Master. I don't want to cause any trouble." Just as they was about to leave through the front entrance, 3 Jedi Masters appear. With a thud, Anakin gets force pushed against a wall. "I guess there is no talking then," says Obi-Wan. "Look, we are on our way. He is no danger." "No danger? We are in the presence of a Sith who has slaughtered hundreds of our kind, even younglings," states the 3 Jedis, who seem like the leader. "He is trying to make amends. How can he do that when he's dead?" The one female Jedi of the 3 recognizes Obi-Wan and asked if he was the famed Obi-Wan Kenobi from the Clone Wars. Obi-Wan was an expert negotiator, spots an opportunity to haggle. "Say there, lady, if you let us go, we won't be of any trouble, I promise. You've heard of my reputation, I assume. Then you should. I fought hard for the Republic and even sent a hollow message for Jedi to stay away from Coruscant." Before she could answer, the other 2 Jedi decide to try to attack Anakin again. This time, Anakin stands his ground and absorbs the Force energy. Anakin looks very angry. Looks like the dark side hasn't fully gone, with Vader trying to break through. Obi-Wan shouts, "Anakin, no!" And just like that, Anakin realized what he was about to do and snapped out of it. "See, he can't be trusted. He must die," stated one of the male Jedi Masters. The 2 unknown male Jedi were about to strike, but just as they were about to leap, the female Jedi Master force pushed her colleagues to the far distance. "I can see you're trying, Vader. This is not the Darth Vader I have heard terrible stories about. I sense good in you. Don't worry, I'll hold them off. They are just not trusting of anyone these days, especially when it comes to the Jedis that once turned to the dark side, even more so the famous Darth Vader. Go and continue on this path of light, Vader. May the Force be with you both." The female Jedi runs the distance to confront and calm her 2 male counterparts, hold them off until Obi-Wan and Anakin leave. Now on the ship, Obi-Wan and Anakin set off once again. As they reach the space just outside the atmosphere of Dantooine, Anakin looks troubled. "Master, I felt the lure of the dark side. Vader tried breaking through. I failed you. I'm sorry," stated a disappointed Anakin. "Anakin, you resisted. No one said this would be an easy task. You were corrupted by the dark side for so long. He is bound to still be in your subconscious. What matters is your will to keep fighting it. It will just get easier in time. I told you, not everyone will be so forgiving. I know it's frustrating, but that is just how it is at the moment. Take a deep breath and look to the light side for guidance and strength," Obi-Wan implored. "The woman, she let us leave. She had faith in me and us. Maybe redemption is possible after all. We must confront the Emperor, and then, and only then, will I be a Jedi once more," said a rejuvenated Anakin. Obi-Wan pauses for a second. if it is the will of the Force, but we must be cautious. You must first train and relearn the light side of the Force. Only then will you be strong enough to face him. Obi-Wan and Anakin are presently training on board the ship. Anakin, let go of the hate. Listen to the Force to guide you. Work with it, not against it, said Obi-Wan. I forgot how much of a nag you are, Anakin joked. Well, maybe if you actually listened to me from the start, we wouldn't be in this mess, replied Obi-Wan. They duel, but every so often, Vader breaks through. The dark side is still lingering as Anakin tries to fight it. As Anakin, or more correctly, Vader, slashes his lightsaber overly aggressive, Obi-Wan has to quickly dodge the incoming strike. While doing so, knocks Anakin's lightsaber out of his hand. This is why you fail. The dark side isn't stronger. You have to fully commit. You are strong in the Force, but you can't fight so aggressively to work with the light side. It leads to hate. And hate leads to anger, which leads to the dark side, states Obi-Wan. Anakin, knowing his master is right, says, Yes, Master. Sorry, Master. A few days pass by, and by this time, Anakin is showing much improvement from his earlier mistakes in his training. Anakin has always been a quick learner. I'm ready, Master. I am ready to face the Emperor. We need to end this once and for all, says a confident Anakin. Obi-Wan answers him with a question. Are you sure you want to do this? Are you sure you are ready? You have shown great progress, but only you know if you are truly ready. The Emperor is fully committed to the dark side. To defeat him, you have to fully commit to the light side. Yes, I'm ready. It's the will of the Force. I can feel it, states ashore Anakin. I will put the coordinates into a Navi computer. They set off towards the Emperor's secret base on Exegol. They arrive on the dark planet, slightly scared, wary, and unsure of themselves, but brush off feelings of hopelessness to the side as best as they could. None of them wanted to tell each other how they really felt, which was good in a way, as it gave a false impression of confidence, which in turn gave them a bit of hope and determination that maybe they could complete the task at hand. They ventured deep into the heart of the planet and followed their instincts till they came across a large open room with a throne at the center. There, sitting on a throne, was none other than the dark, twisted, sinister Darth Sidious, the Emperor of the Galactic Empire. You are weak, my old friend. Why you forsake your power for this pathetic failure of a Jedi, and his pathetic religion is beyond fathomable. Leave him behind and join me once more, so we can finally rid the Jedi of their miserable existence, said the Dark Lord Sidious. I will not be so easily converted this time, my lord. It is you who have failed. I will not turn. I am a Jedi. The light side is my ally now, stated Anakin. So be it, Jedi, the angry Emperor replied. Darth Sidious leaps out of his throne, ignites his two lightsabers, and spins mid-air towards the two Jedis. It's time for a showdown. Obi-Wan shouts, Anakin, watch out! Obi-Wan and Anakin evade the attack, and the fighting commences. Darth Sidious, as strong as he is, could easily defeat either one of the Jedi one-on-one, but the two combined against him is making it an even contest. Sidious's slashes of the lightsabers are vicious and knocks back Kenobi to the floor. Sidious, knowing that this is his chance, takes his opportunity to unleash his devastating Force lightning on the two Jedis. Anakin deflects the Force lightning, but Kenobi isn't so lucky. His lightsaber was knocked to the floor from Sidious's attack. Give in to your hate, Vader. It is the only way you can save yourself. Anakin looks at his friend and master, Obi-Wan, and then looks back at Palpatine. Never. I am a Jedi. He uses the Force to grab Obi-Wan's lightsaber. Using both now, deflects the lightning at the old Dark Master, Sidious. I am all the Jedi. Now, one with the light side of the Force, and with all the deceased Jedi beside him in ghost form, has the strength to hold his own against the Dark Lord of the Sith. Sidious is in trouble. He can't hold on much longer against the reflected Force lightning. Then suddenly, Palpatine drops to the floor. He is defeated. Anakin rushes to Kenobi and helps the intensely injured Jedi to his ship. Obi-Wan tells Anakin, "You are finally a master of the Jedi. The prophecy was true. You have brought balance to the Force. You learned from your lessons to let go of the hate. I am so proud of you." "Thank you, Master. I couldn't have done it without you," said Anakin. "That may be so, but you are the one who defeated the Emperor with the light side as your ally," replied Obi-Wan. "Anakin, I've got something to tell you. You have 2 children, twins, Luke and Leia. I think you should meet them," said Obi-Wan, joyfully and proud. "Children? I have a boy and a girl? But how? Padme died," Anakin said with tears in his eyes. "She would be so proud of you. She gave birth to these children before she died," Obi-Wan stated. I'd love to meet them," Anakin said, now completely elated. His life now felt that it had meaning. He had his old friend and master back. He was finally a Jedi Master, which he always wanted. He was ready to rebuild the Jedi Order with Obi-Wan, and more importantly, could be a father to his 2 kids. Anakin spent the rest of his days trying to be the best version of himself he could, be a good man that, until the end of time, tried to make up for his past mistakes.